This is obviously a cross trainer. For our first exercise, we're going to do 10 minutes of cardio training. So with a cross trainer, basically, it's a low body machine. It's going to challenge your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, and your calves. It's a full compound exercise machine, okay? First of all, you just want to make sure you step on the lowest plate, take hold of the handles, and then put your other foot on. That'll stabilise your movement. In the case of this machine, often it'll have a quick start mechanism, and then what we can do from there is we can essentially just start moving. The foot that's highest up, we want to mobilise by pushing forward, and that will activate the machine. Beginning workout, we just hit quick start. So, first of all, neutral position, neutral spine. What you want to make sure is the shoulders are down, the head just literally focuses out just near where the ball is. Okay, we don't want to hyperextend. With here, we've got two options. We either keep the hands in for stabilisation, or we take them further out. This way, as you can see, you've got retraction on the arms. It brings in the biceps and triceps to assist. Your core, the whole time, is just stabilising, so it's engaged. This is what we're going to do. This is essentially how to use a cross trainer. Okay? I'll slow it down. When you need to slow it down, all we do is we just take the effort out of the movement. Now this is the lowest part, so what I do is swing the other leg down, firm foot on the ground, and I come away. So it's your turn to step up now. So you've got the lower pad, step in, arm round, that's it. Choose your arm setting. Lovely. And we can just hit a quick start. Okay, brilliant. What we're going to do today is we're going to do interval training. So interval training is basically taking the process of time that we're working quickly and time that we're working to a moderate level. What we're going to do here now, because your goal is to obviously increase cardiovascular awareness, increase your respiratory fitness, we want to enhance the principles of speed and endurance. Okay? Today, we're going to use the principles of 1, 2. So the 1 is symbolic for working 1 minute at a high intensity rate, and the 2 minutes is symbolic for working at a moderate rate. Using this formula, basically, you give your body the chance to rest, bring the heart rate down, and then use your minute to go as fast as you possibly can. For beginners, it's usually recommended that we do the 1, 2, so that it's not too intense. So as we can see on the time at the moment, when that gets to around the minute mark, back on the minute mark, I want you to start going really intense. So you've got about 10 seconds left. In terms of your feet, really nice. Just try and keep your heels down. You've got a really good circular motion. Brilliant. And go. So you're probably thinking, how do I actually increase my speed on this machine? Well, as you can see already, the balls of the feet come into play. You've started to push down a little bit more heavy on the front of the foot. Try and keep the heel down as you're doing so. Shoulders are nice and neutral. The arms have come in. Obviously, you've gone with the wider stance. That's it. Keeping that neutral spine will just allow your levers to work and your core to stabilise. That's it. That's it. Keep going. If I asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being significantly impossible and 1 being easy peasy to do this all day, where are we at the moment?
Like 7.
A 7. You see, with interval training already, we're starting to actually challenge the respiratory system, especially with the 1 minute speed. Keep going. You've got 5 seconds, and then you come into a steady state. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So. Again, a question of if you were to do this on your own, how would you vary the intensities? Well, what you would do is you would take the power down. Your muscles now have a lot more control. Start to breathe heavily. You're able to, at the resting stage, just reduce the heart rate, keeping the form. And see with your heels, they're just starting to come off, which is not an issue. It's just as you're pushing down, you're putting a lot of the sensor of your weight into your ball of your foot. I want you to try and imagine that your heel is just stuck to the plate. So where that comes from actually, you know your quads, your upper thighs, I want you to imagine that they're being pulled by a string. So start activating your quads a little bit more by having them the ones that take the foot forward. That's it, that's it. You've got a lovely circular movement as well. So now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 impossible, 1 easy, all day long. Where are you now?
a 6.
You come down to a 6. It's obviously pretty hard as well when you go straight into an interval training and you go straight to that speed. What are you doing now though? You're just allowing that body to go back to a neutral state. Are you comfortable in the wide position with the arms?
Yeah.
Have you got any prior experience of interval training?
No, really.
No.
I'm quite new to fitness.
Fair enough, fair enough. Again, with interval training, as I said, I recommend that you make sure your rests are probably about double the amount of time that you're doing speed. So we've had about 1 minute 50. When we come up to the next minute mark, I want you to go back to that increase in speed
Okay.
and power. Go. That's it. So brilliant. What is happening here from a neuromuscular point of view is that you've started to retract the arms at a quicker rate and seeing that you've started to put more power into the foot. There's a heavier stroke rate. That's it. Keep breathing. That's it. When you get to the hardest part of the movement, you can use the out breath. Pushes away tension through the body, allows you to still use your aerobic process. Fabulous. Seconds away and you're back into that neutral state. Slow that down. So you can regain more muscular control. That's it. Sorry for throwing it across you. In terms of your body's response, where can you feel sort of your muscles? Is there anywhere that's your thigh? Okay, yeah. So that'll be from driving the quads. I'm going to say, well, your instinct was right as well. If you want to switch to the middle, because that will naturally prevent the. What I would just say is just make sure that you take the arms around the sides. That's it. You have better grip stability there. Elbows are nice and tight in, so you're not flaring. So just steady stay. Heels are just coming off a little bit. Just allow your feet to settle themselves. That's it. If you need, that's it. If you need to take your steady state down a little bit, absolutely fine. Perfect. Those feet are glued to those plates. I'll just explain as well. Sorry if I'm talking too much. The good thing about you becoming more aware physically of what your legs and feet are doing is it stops you then using too much bounce and momentum, which can be sometimes let's say, a bit of a blowback from using a cross trainer where your feet are supported. Just make sure it's while the hands up. That's it. Got better grip stability then. The wrists aren't going to be antagonised or flare. You've got better stabilisation. Coming up to our third set. Go. That's it. So hands back on. Forgive me if I'm wrong as well. Can you feel a little bit of an upper back retraction? Can you feel your shoulder blades working? That's it. Steady your breathing. So breathe nice and deep. Now that scale of 1 to 10 again.
Probably start at 7. It's just hard on like my thighs to like dig deep into the thing my feet.
Yeah. You're working fast twitch muscles now, which are called fast twitch 2, which are usually for explosive movements. Keep breathing nice and deep. You've got 10 seconds. That's it. Race those seconds down. And back to steady state. Let's just Bristol, that's it. No, it might sound bossy, it's just to protect the hands, that's all. You've got better control over that machine. Just think about those heels again. Just imagine glue on those heels. That's it. I can tell actively, I think you're worried about slowing yourself down too much, but that's okay. You're creating a nice distinction between your fast and steady state. That's better. So, just to say as well, if you want an alternative, just carry on, that's okay. If you want an alternative machine, we can use a treadmill. Treadmill obviously has more further impact. So obviously, you said you're starting out, that's why I've chosen the cross trainer, because with the cross trainer, you don't have as much impact, especially on the ankles and the joints. This can allow for better mobilization. With the treadmill, we do have the ability to actually incline the belt, so especially if you're doing training for hills, if you're running up hills or doing any runs that have, let's say, tracks from that go from a flat to an incline, it's good because it loads the calves, but it puts greater stress on the tendons. Okay. Right. In 10 seconds, we're just going to go for that last minute of intensity, okay? I'll cue you in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Nice high intensity. That's it. Beautiful. That number again out of 10?
3 and 8 now.
8. That's it, keep going. Keep those shoulders down. That's a lovely use of the quads. Like a treading mud. Use that exhalation, push that breath. You're doing fantastic. Last 15 seconds, visualize that 15 seconds left at high intensity. Beautiful work. You're doing really well. And cooling down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Control the movement really nice. My only advice, and it's minuscule, you can do beautifully, is when you're going to switch up the grip for better stabilisation, give yourself a few seconds in the steady state, just because the moving of the handles might be a little bit erratic. Lovely. This is your 2 minutes cool down. So by this point, the legs probably want to feel like lead. Yeah. That's a nice steady state. So just with that left foot, you can centre it a little bit more, so that's it, so that the heel doesn't come off, that's it. Why would you do that as well? Just relax the shoulders for me. Just focus the vision out nice and neutral, that's it. That just helps us try and regain our sense of balance through the body. So this is essentially interval training. A combination of endurance and speed. If you want to advance these principles in the future with your plan, what we can do is we can just reduce the steady state speed. We can do once, we can do 30 seconds of speed, 30 seconds of rest, and then in the future we can take that there for 2 minutes of intensity, 1 minute of rest. For now, this is what we'll be training with over the next few weeks. Just getting like more positive cardiovascular response. I imagine you do feel very tired. You've got about 30 seconds left. Just want you to imagine that you're wading through at a very slow pace, quite a big puddle of mud. So those legs are eventually just going to slow, and then only when the machine is completely neutral. Just take a minute, take a little breath, and then dismount. That's it.